Why are people using CBD failing drug tests for THC when most CBD products supposedly don't contain any at all? The 2018 Farm Bill federally legalized hemp, but the plant was still allowed to contain 0.3% THC or less. This means that CBD products might still contain trace amounts of THC. While that trace amount of THC probably won't get someone high, there are a lot of stories out there of people failing drug tests and getting fired over it.
Confusion and shock followed for Ryan, who says he hadn't used marijuana. Instead, he blames CBD.
CBD oil helped Mandy with anxiety and headaches, but she believes trace amounts of THC inside showed up in a drug test, and it cost her her job.
A study published in September 2017 found 21.4% of 84 CBD products from 31 online companies contained up to 6.4 milligrams per milliliter of THC. 26% of those products contained less CBD than labeled. Reporters from ABC7 in Chicago bought 8 CBD products from online retailers, specialty shops, and gas stations, and had them tested by a lab in Morton, Illinois. ABC7 reported that all 8 samples came back with THC levels above the legal limit of 0.3%. In all but 2 of the extracts, the CBD content was higher than the dosage stated on the label. One container of gummy bears bought online even contained no cannabinoids at all. The lab's lead technician noted, quote, "Advertised as 1,000 milligrams of hemp oil in there, and we literally detected none in there at all. Not even like traces of any. So it really, this is snake oil." Much of the lack of regulation falls on the Food and Drug Administration. On October 8, 2019, a group of senators sent a letter to the FDA asking it to set up a, quote, "comprehensive regulatory framework for CBD." The FDA has yet to make a move. Common drug testing techniques have also potentially misidentified CBD as THC. A chemical analysis method called gas chromatography mass spectrometry requires a lab to add a chemical to the compound being tested. The most common chemical used for this derivatization process is trifluoroacetic anhydride, which the Journal of Analytical Toxicology reports can cause CBD and THC to be indistinguishable. False positive drug tests can have huge implications on people's lives. A Colorado man named Mark Pennington nearly lost custody of his child over a false positive. According to the New York Times, Pennington's ex-girlfriend took a hair follicle from their 2-year-old son and had it analyzed at a lab. The drug test came back positive for THC. Pennington told the Times he'd been providing his son with CBD-infused honey, but denied ever giving his son any THC. When Pennington talked to Frank Conrad, the lab director at Colorado Green Lab, which is a consultant to the state's cannabis industry, Conrad pointed him to the GCMS study. Pennington is now suing the lab that performed the test on behalf of his son, saying, quote, "This matters to people in the military. This matters to people who might lose their jobs. This matters to people who might lose their kids. This matters to people who might have to go back to jail. That's the point of the lawsuit, stopping this form of testing. It's unethical with hemp in the marketplace." As more states legalize and regulate cannabis products, the risk of false positive drug tests likely won't be as high. But without a standard of accurate testing across the board, this is more than likely going to be a problem until steps are taken to address it.